Okay, the NFL never sleeps. Here we go.
Interesting storylines. We're about a week away from the opening of the National Football League season. Bullet point stories. I'll tell you, I am so intrigued by all things Raider football. Can you believe that the voice of the Chargers once upon a time is intrigued by all things with the silver and black? Maxx Crosby, press conference this week at a function, charity function. He's such a great guy, a really good player, does so much in the community. Maxx Crosby talked about Pete Carroll, and Maxx Crosby of the opinion, there is a different vibe in this building right now. There is no longer any false energy surrounding Raider football. In essence, he's making reference to what had been there before with the past head coaches. He says Carroll is authentic. Carroll is a leader of men. Carroll puts everything right there for the players to understand. So very positive. Maxx Crosby talking about all things Pete Carroll. In Atlanta, he's broken his silence. Kirk Cousins goes public and says, I feel misled. You know, he signed a big money free agent contract with the Atlanta Falcons, left the Minnesota Vikings, and then Atlanta turned around and drafted Michael Penix from the University of Washington and wound up giving him a starting job at the end of last season when Cousins played so badly. He said, I would have never come here if I'd known they were going to take Michael Penix. Well, he got a $27 million contract, had a $10 million roster bonus that he was given by the Falcons ownership. If he feels so badly about being there right now, why doesn't he give the money back? Give the money back, ask for your release. Now, there's no place to go. Nobody's got a lot of cap space. It's kind of late in the game by saying, I wish. But I think it's kind of tacky for Kirk Cousins to conduct his business publicly right now. He's the one that made the choice. He's the one that took the additional roster bonus money. Give money back. Take a pay cut. Go on the open market. See if you can sell your wares somewhere else. Strange story, Cleveland. They're a week away from the opening of their training camp. Do you know who's going to get the snaps with the number one unit after they've gone through all the OTAs? Old man Joe Flacco.
Hey.
Joe Flacco has pushed himself to the front of the four-man quarterback race because he understands and knows on the back of his hand everything Kevin Stefanski wants. And Kenny Pickett is just scuffling and struggling with line calls and things of this nature. And, of course, Pickett's on his third team in about a 4-year span in the NFL. So they are now saying Flacco is going to be number one. Interesting sidebar story with Shadur Sanders. At this point now, they don't even think he might even make the roster. And there's a report, the CFL Toronto Argonauts have now put him on their negotiations list. And if Sanders wants out, or Sanders gets waived and doesn't want to go on developmental at a minimum salary, he's got a chance to go to the Canadian Football League. I don't think that's going to happen, but they can't carry 4 active quarterbacks on that 53-man roster, despite what Cleveland said last week. The Shadur Sanders thing is unresolved. I got a problem in New Orleans. Unique situation in New Orleans. You know, the head coach is Kellen Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Former offensive coordinator, Chargers, hot coordinator, other places.
Boise State.
Yeah. You know who the defensive coordinator on Kellen Moore's staff is? Brandon Staley.
Oh, yeah. We remember that guy.
Yeah. His former head coach who hired him with the Chargers. Staley was head coach. He brought Kellen Moore in as a coordinator. Now the roles are reversed. Anyhow, Kellen Moore's got a problem. They have now gone through all their OTAs and everything. They're getting ready to open up camp in Louisiana. He doesn't have a quarterback that understands his playbook. They drafted Tyler Shuck out of Louisville because they think there's great upside there. They got Spencer Rattler, who played some games last year with Jake Haener. Both of them got hurt. Both of them really struggled. They're going to training camp, and Moore's playbook is like the phone directory. And these quarterbacks are really struggling. That's a report out of New Orleans. And the Rams, I don't know where this is going to go, but there's history here. Rams have, had a good offseason, the acquisition of Devontae Adams, the fact that they brought Matthew Stafford back. Rams got a problem with the running back, Kyron Williams, a kid out of Notre Dame, who's had 2 really good seasons. His contract, he's got 1 year to go on his contract. They were talking extension. Evidently, Kyron Williams' agent asked for a max contract that would make his client the highest paid running back in the league. And the Rams said, no, we're not paying 15 or 16 million based on 2 years. There is precedent there. If you recall this name, Todd Gurley.
Oh, yeah.
Running back, Georgia. He had some really good seasons. They gave him a monster contract before his first contract was up. He went out, blew out his knee, was never, ever the same, had to swallow the contract. Rams are just saying, we will bump him up or not paying him max money because we made that mistake already. We learned from the history with Todd Gurley. So that's what's going on in the notebook. I apologize in advance. Legendary voice of the Chargers, intrigued by all things silver and black. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting news and notes that you have around the league. First of all, I love the energy coming out of the Raiders camp. I think it's so positive for Raider Nation, for the team, and really for the NFL. I mean,
fake energy, though.
No, I think it's legit. I mean, that's Pete Carroll. I mean, he is authentic, even though he's, bubbling with enthusiasm. Kirk Cousins, he got his money. He's just bitching and moaning. Shador, I saw that in the best 15, this permission to interview or with the CFL.
Well, the Argos put his name on the list. He becomes available, they can call him.
That's interesting. I've never heard of such a system where you have to be put on a list in order to do an interview. But at any rate, and then by the way, Kellen Moore, does he even shave? I mean, that guy, his playbook is the problem. But I want to ask here just kind of a Rams related question. Has Lee Hacksaw Hamilton ever met Jack Hacksaw Reynolds?
No. Wish I had, but no. No, the legendary linebacker.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet the wrestler who was named Hacksaw either. Everybody confuses me with that guy. And I don't even know what his name is. But no, I never had the chance. Jack Hacksaw Reynolds, that's a long time ago.
Because he played for the 49ers too. I remember that.
But he was a star with the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams was his team for sure.
No, never had that opportunity. But that goes back a few third downs ago.
That's like late 70s, early 80s, isn't it?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Boy, you are really out in left field sometimes with your questions.
Yeah, well, it just keeps it interesting,
Yeah, you're a legacy guy. I understand all that, Razzmatazz. Okay, you got a comment? Anybody want to talk about Raider Nation? Feel free, jump on board, talk about Kirk Cousins, any of the other topics on the table.